a woman reporter had mentioned that spousal abuse was up 20%. I have no idea if it's true. I would not be surprised if it is true, but I have no proof other than the woman said it to the governor of New York State. My role, which I accept, and I accept the consequences of if I turn out to have not played a responsible role or an accurate role. I fully own what I have been saying. I have asked from the beginning, is the cure worse than the disease? It is a question that needs to be asked. It doesn't seem to be asked because we have put decision-making, we have taken it away from the civilian and given it to the experts. My entire life, I have known that is a stupid thing to do. Experts are experts. That's all they are. But in the age of secularism, they are the priests of science. And just like the priests of ancient life, they were regarded as bringing down the final word, God's word, if you will. So too, that is how experts are regarded. Experts run the gamut of moron to wise, just as every other group of human beings. From corrupt to honest, just like every other human being, but they are not regarded as such. You say somebody has a doctorate in molecular biology, and you just shut up. That's it. And the proof is a statement that was made by Dr. Fauci, which is mind-boggling. And he was asked, and I will play for it as soon as we can get it. My wife sent the clip here, but it is not working because you need a sign-in to get into that clip, Sean tells me. But I will play it for you over and over and over. He was asked 2 days ago when this will end, when he foresees the opening up of society, when there are 0 cases and 0 deaths. If there is anyone listening who does not regard that as frighteningly stupid, and he is an honest man, a good man, a scientist, all the good things, I'm not saying this ad hominem. I'm talking about the statement. The statement is frighteningly stupid. But this is the mindset of the expert, because they don't have the wisdom to govern a society. But we have given them the power to run society. You understand that there will be no America as we have known it for so long if we have to wait for no cases and no deaths. It's a very scary thing. It was played. I wouldn't have even believed it if I didn't hear him say it. By sheer good chance, I was listening on the car. I was listening in the car, going to pick up food at a restaurant. I was listening to Tucker Carlson, and he is the one who played it. And sure enough, that is exactly what it was. That should scare you. That's very scary. You know, Sweden continues to be open. I had heard that it was locking down. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, they've added restrictions.
They've added restrictions, but people, they're under tremendous pressure. They're under tremendous pressure for many reasons, because if they don't turn out to have mass death, then we all will have closed down our societies for no good reason. The unquestioning part of the American people, almost all on the left, we have to close down. It is truly fascinating. Real Clear Politics put up my piece, which is always pleases me, because it's the finest collection of left and right viewpoints on the internet, real clear politics. So they took my column this week on the COVID-19 and the left-right divide, how it shows how we think differently. We are built differently. Our brains function differently. There is nothing in common between left and right. Conservatives and liberals can have things in common, but left and right cannot. Left and liberals don't have anything in common. Liberals don't know that, and that is the great tragedy of our society. It is, because if the liberals became anti-left, America would be guaranteed a beautiful future. But the left is a completely destructive force, and it is fascinating. You have it? Good. Let's play it.
At yesterday's coronavirus briefing, Dr. Anthony Fauci was asked when the restrictions on normal life will end in this country. Here's how he replied.
If we get to the part of the curve that Dr. Birx showed yesterday, when it goes down to essentially no new cases, no deaths at a period of time.
So it'll be fixed when we have no new cases and no deaths.
Okay, good, perfect. Thank you, Sean. Had you heard that, Mr. Producer? No new cases and no deaths? I can't conceive of that happening in the year 2020. There's a social price paid by masks as well. There's ambivalence with regard to masks. I would not have come down on the side of people should wear them. People working with people who might be infected or who are infected, obviously, they should wear them. Adam Carolla was on my LA station earlier this morning discussing our film No Safe Spaces. And he put it well. He said this one-size-fits-all idea, he says, there's zero tolerance. Exactly right. It's foolish. What did he mention? The horse trail by his house? You can't ride a horse? Because you might cross someone 6 feet? You might cross somebody within 6 feet? Is that it? Yes. Your horse may have it? You never know. The left and the experts, of course, have a way out. No matter what happens, they were right. You get it? That's why they're so angry at Sweden.
50 deaths in Sweden.
50 deaths in Sweden yesterday?
50 the day before.
And 50 the day before and 50 the day before. That's a real exponential increase.
I mean, in like 51 to 50.
Yeah, no, I understand.
There's no...
The herd instinct of the human being is very distressing to me. It's very interesting. I have always studied goodness because evil is the norm. Goodness is the exception. So how to make good people is the most important question society could ever ask. We don't ask that anymore. It's just not asked. We assume people are born good, so we teach them how racist America is, and that makes them a good person, fighting racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, and environmental degradation. Then you're a good person. So I studied goodness. Particularly I was fascinated by who rescued Jews during the World War II. And a book I read, oh my God, it must be 40 years ago, at the Harvard Coop. I just sat there reading, and it listed 4 characteristics of people who rescued Jews, non-Jews who rescued Jews, because there were very few of them, unfortunately. One of them was they were considered eccentric prior to the war. In other words, people who do not walk to the drumbeat of others are going to do more good.